Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tom here. Hey, today we're going to be checking out the trailer for Cobra Kai Season 4. I believe it's dropping at the end of this month, and it's been a long waited for as far as I'm concerned. I think the show really sort of captured people's attention pretty quickly right back in the first season, because the way it told the story of the old characters plus the new characters coming into the mix and blended it all together in that family sort of scenario just really sort of gave the show a sort of mixture of the old and new, and the depth and sort of the old era in the 80s and modern times, and having those different perspectives. And it's just had a lot of sort of humor in it, a lot of fun, a little bit of good storytelling in there as well. And definitely been fun watching the story of Johnny and Daniel and their rivalry, and sort of, even though they're older, mature people, just that sort of childhood rivalry sort of playing out in current times. The last season ended up with that cliffhanger where Daniel just about wiped out Kreese, and then the kids came and sort of took his attention away and that kind of thing, and Kreese was able to sort of walk away and try and regroup, and obviously made that call to Terry Silver. So we're looking forward to seeing Terry Silver's return, which has obviously been confirmed for a while now, so looking forward to seeing how that works. I'm definitely keen to see how the Terry Silver actor for the character is in terms of his martial art ability, or his ability to at least sell his martial arts skill on the screen. And I think that's something that's hard to do if you're an actor that hasn't sort of had a life of martial arts. Especially the style of fighting that they've put in the show has definitely got a lot of high kicks and bits and pieces and spin kicks, and you know, a lot of it, you sort of need a bit of agility or flexibility, and definitely a bit of practice to be able to sell those kicks well. Otherwise, it may look like the lines are good, but it just doesn't have power. And you can see that in the way that the body alignment is during those kicks and punches and things. I don't know if the Terry Silver actor has actually had a martial arts background or not, but definitely be good to see. But anyway, I think it's going to be a great season. So let's have a look at this trailer and see what it's all about.
If Johnny and I can actually work together and we win, Cobra Kai will be out of business.
It looks doubtful already.
Take things to the next level. Eagles do not respond. They swoop down and take whatever they want. First, you got to learn how to fly.
Come on, we're gonna get sued here.
Sue me for what? Take that
Oh, that's good.
Our enemies are working together.
Oh, he's actually learning
They are
Miyagi-Do
styles to beat us.
Oh, and Daniel's training a bit of Cobra Kai. That's cool.
But there is only one way.
Wow, Robbie's a teacher now?
The person
It's only a white belt though.
Cobra Kai is you.
Alright, this should be good.
Now we're talking.
Oh, that's good. Punch looked bad, but the kick was good. Head kick.
Don't you?
I just want to make sure this time we win.
Defeat the enemy.
Awesome.
On wax off. It helps to know that.
Oh, the learning. The learning Miyagi-Do.
Man can't stand. He can't fight.
Awesome. Awesome.
The Russo.
He's still got that sort of devious look about it.
Johnny Lawrence playing second fiddle.
I just want what's best for Miguel and all of your students.
So now you know what's best for Miguel. Circle around things your whole life. Wait for problems to show up at your doorstep.
You cannot strike first with this guy.
You just don't want to admit there's always been a little Cobra Kai in you.
He's quite a big dude, isn't he?
Everybody thinks their way is the only way. You, my dad, Cobra Kai. The truth is, it doesn't matter which way you fight as long as it works.
Yeah.
Nope.
There you go. That's in fact.
We'll settle this on the mat.
Wow. What are Johnny and Daniel doing?
This proposal will revolutionize the tournament. By a show of hands.
I wonder if the proposal is Terry buying out the whole thing. Buying out the tournament.
51st annual All Valley Under 18 Karate Tournament.
Man, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So yeah, that was really, really cool actually. So if we go back a little bit here. So this is pretty cool right here. If we go back to this part. Because it actually shows that. Now that kick was good. Like, I mean, yeah. I thought it was alright. Like, it still got to head height regardless. Like, it might not have been the ultimate kick, but it got to head height. Yeah, the punches were sort of more like boxing style punches and things, but hey, it's going to work. Boxing punches have got a lot of power.
You miss this, don't you?
Terry Silver's character's awesome. He's still just got that natural devious sort of look about him, his expressions and things. And he's a big dude, isn't he? See the way he towers over Daniel? It's like insane.
Enemy's playbook.
Balance is crucial.
Yeah, so the idea that Robbie's going to be teaching them what he's learned about Miyagi-Do to sort of increase their repertoire, you know, that's what it's all about. It's about sort of putting together the best skill set you can of mixed abilities, you know.
Stand. You can't.
I love the way they did that. If they do more fight scenes like that where the angles and bits and things that the fighter's shot at just makes him look far superior. And obviously if he has a little bit of physical ability to sell the movements as well, that's going to be really cool. You definitely get that sort of, that vibe, you know, that he's the Sifu, he's the sensei, he's the guy, and all these other dudes are just like little fleas.
Man can't stand. He can't fight.
Daniel LaRusso.
Look at that look on his face, that's awesome.
It come down to this. Johnny Lawrence playing second fiddle.
You just don't want to admit there's always been a little Cobra Kai in you.
Everybody thinks their way is the only way. You, my dad, Cobra Kai.
And I love that. I love that bit there where he's talking to Daniel, obviously, and saying, you know, all of you are actually just so single track minded about your style. Actually, what matters is whatever skill it takes to win the fight on the day, regardless of where it came from. And that's so true. I mean, look at MMA and UFC and all that nowadays, you know, mixed skills all put together into a good fighting skill set.
The truth is, it doesn't matter which way you fight as long as it works.
No fighting until the tournament.
We'll settle this on the mat.
That there is very interesting. You know, having these guys face off. And I wonder if that's because by entering multiple styles into the tournament, they have sort of two chances of being able to steal that sort of championship, you know, because whether Johnny gets through on his side or whether Daniel gets through on his side, maybe it's a win anyway because they're sort of amalgamating their ideas together in the first place. So maybe they're doing it like that. You've got the, what's that called, Eagle Fang on one side and Miyagi-Do on the other side. I wonder if that's what's going on, because that's definitely the tournament environment right there. See the crowd in the background, unless that's a shot just for the promo. But yeah, that's going to be interesting too to see, you know, how hard do they go against each other if they do have to cross paths in the fight. Like obviously if these eliminations and someone beats Cobra Kai and whoever the other styles are, they're going to end up fighting each other, or their guys are going to end up fighting each other's guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how hard they go, since they're actually working together in the first place for the common goal, whether they go a little bit easy or what happens, or whether it's a good opportunity for them to just sort of settle things out in that not so aggressive environment and just see once and for all who's the better fighter.
It's time to step into the future.
So I wonder if the show of hands is a vote on this current thing, or whether it's been cut from one of the previous seasons. You know, if they're voting on maybe Terry Silver's gone in there as a sponsor, a major sponsor, or maybe he's gone in there with one of his corporates and decided to try and buy it out or something. I wonder what it is exactly that they are voting on. There could be a lot of things, but the first thing that comes to my mind is Terry trying to get in there and make a play and be able to influence the outcome of things by owning the whole thing, because we know he's a rich guy, right? Mean. But definitely, it looks good. I mean, I've got to say that even though there isn't so much humorous stuff in that trailer, there was a little bit in the first trailer, obviously the teaser trailer that came out earlier. But even though there's not so much humor in this, I think it's going to be a good season. Like, obviously, there's always humor because Johnny's just like a Neanderthal caveman from the 80s, and that's perfect. You know, and then Daniel's Mr. Goody-Goody all the time. You know, but actually the interesting thing about Daniel is, I think deep down, and it's true what Terry Silver says to him, you know, he has got that sort of side in him, that dark sort of aggressive side if he needs to. He's just sort of always burying it to do the Miyagi-Do style of things. But I think when it comes down to it, if you're in the thick of it and you've got no options left, you will sort of dig deep and bring out that other side of you that will do the things you normally wouldn't want to do to someone. And obviously we've all got that, and so Daniel's got it. It'd be interesting to see if he brings it out. He almost brought it out at the end of season 3 there with his killer sort of pressure point move, paralyzing Kreese for a minute, and you could tell he was actually ready to knock him right out. I mean, I'd sort of almost hazard a guess and say he was ready to do a kill shot on him, although that's sort of a bit dark for this particular show, but it would make a lot of sense. But yeah, very cool trailer, and obviously a very cool series. Looking forward to seeing it. That's going to be it for me for now, guys. as usual, give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Appreciate all of your support on the channel. Stay tuned as I bring out more of this content. So yeah, that's all for me. Until the next one, guys, take it easy.